In the past few years, when I first joined, I think about 5 years ago, we worked on to redefine our vision a little bit. And our vision right now is to uniquely delivering gracious hospitality to the world. And when we mention about unique, we mean that because we have properties and we have our operations in more than 16 countries around the world, we like to also combine gracious hospitality of the Thai to the local experience and local requirement as well. So that's why we're saying it is unique. So with that, we then come up with the plan on how to encourage our staff, more than 10,000 across the globe, to understand what does it mean by gracious. What does it mean by uniquely delivering this gracious hospitality? So then we came up with the characteristics of this graciousness, and then we redefined it over time. First of all, I'd like to thank for those who feel that I'm actually one of the role model and the leader in the industry. But I think I'm just an ordinary woman. And what makes me perhaps unique and different probably be about the background, because I have technology background and I also place my focus on people. And I believe that in this part of the world and this time, in our industry, it will require to also have these two combinations, with actually technology and people engagement. And that is actually where I believe I have that kind of capability. Drive to achieve would actually have to come from within. So therefore, we need to define what is actually your passion. My passion is to have an opportunity to contribute to others. And when we talk about others, it's also including the countries that we lived in, which is actually Thailand. So that is actually what drives me, every day. I think there's so many things that I like to write about, one of which would be the experience, because I believe that I have an opportunities and very fortunate that I work in many kind of environment. I work in the regional role, I work in the headquarters. I also work in multinational company, regional companies, and the Thai local companies. So those experience has a lot of, the lessons that I believe that it should be benefit to the reader. I always believe that in professional world, there's no gender. And normally when we're talking about women empowerment or women diversities, it seems like women has to work harder. So that is actually seems to be the perception. But I believe that the most important roadblock or obstacle for women is themselves. I think women perhaps build their own glass ceiling above them, which in fact there's actually no glass ceiling. When it comes to professional, I believe that there's gender neutral, meaning that it depends on your capabilities as an individual. It's not about gender. So therefore, you need to understand your strength. You need to understand your weakness. Everyone has weakness, all right? No one actually perfect. I also one of those. So therefore, we need to understand what's the strength, what's the weakness, and therefore we can work on how to overcome that weakness. Well, I think it has to start with your passion. If whatever you like to do, you need to come back to why you do this, what's the purpose of doing this. If you really understand that, whatever problems or whatever issues in front of you will become small, because you know why you're doing this, and you will always motivate yourself and have energy to address those. And then another 3 things that I probably have to leave here is, want to leave here with you is, you need to prioritize everything that be in front of you, because there will be a lot of things that you need to address each day. So you have to prioritize the right priorities, focus, and then execute. And then the power of woman would be how you can integrate between the head, heart, and the hand. To me, the head is like, you need to have the standard, very high standard. You need to have a very good competency. You have to have a very good skill. But at the end of the day, you need to deliver everything from your heart, your sincerities, and your passion. And then not only think about the things that you want to do or only come up with a strategy, you have to execute. So hand would be, come into this part. So if you can integrate well between head, heart, and hand, I think you can overcome everything.